Welcome, class, to Algebra 1 Flipped Notes for the first week of the first quarter. In this video presentation, you will be provided examples of the distributive property and how it is used in expressions and with how it is used in equations. The Texas TEK that is being addressed in this presentation is TEK 5A. Let's begin. We are being asked to first apply the distributive property by using multiplication, and second, simplify the resulting expression. Please take a look at all the problems 1 through 8. There is a number or a sign that is in front of the quantity, and we are going to first multiply that number or that sign to every term within that quantity. Showing your work will require you to write line by line your thoughts. Let's begin. Number 1 reads negative 3k plus 4k plus 6. Notice we performed multiplication first, and after having performed multiplication, we can now combine like terms. 4k minus 3k is 1k, and so our simplified expression is k plus 6. Number 2. On number 2, we have negative 6 minus 3n plus 3. Using the commutative property, we can take our minus 6 or our negative 6 to the end of this expression and then combine like terms. This means that we now have negative 3n minus 3. For number 3, we have negative 3k plus 9 plus 3. Combining like terms, this gives us negative 3k plus 12. Our simplified expression is negative 3k plus 12. For number 4, our 3b drops to the next line, and we have 3b that drops plus 3b minus 9. Combining like terms, we have 6b minus 9. For number 5, we have 2x minus a negative 3x. Minus a negative is plus. So we have 2x plus 3x, and minus 1 becomes minus 1. Combining like terms, we have 2x plus 3x minus 1. Our simplified expression is 5x minus 1. For number 6, our negative 3x drops, and we have a negative 2 multiplied times a negative 3. This gives us 6, and a negative 2 times a negative x gives us a positive 2x. Using the commutative property, we can associate the 2x minus 3x as a pair and combine those terms. Our simplified expression is negative x plus 6. Number 7, we have a negative on the outside of the quantity. Negative times 3 is negative 3, and negative times a negative 3b gives us a positive 3b. Combining like terms, we have negative 3 plus 3b minus 3b, which gives us a final expression of negative 3. For number 8, we have 4x minus 6 plus 3. Combining like terms, we have 4x minus 3. Moving on to the next part of our notes, this is a read, write, and review section in which you will fill in the blanks. You are going to read the question, use the question to then write your response, and then you will have notes with which to review for a test at a later date. Let's begin. How do you simplify an algebraic expression that involves use of the distributive property? Let's take a part of the question and put it as our answer. In order to simplify an expression using the distributive property, first use the distributive property. This means multiply the number, sign, or variable expression on the outside of the parentheses, that is to say, multiply the coefficient, with every term on the inside of the parentheses. Second, combine like terms to simplify the expression. On the back side of the worksheet, we are now going to use the distributive property in an equation. Simplify on each side of the equation, and then solve for the value of the unknown variable. The instructions read, apply the distributive property first, and second, continue with using inverse operations in the reverse order of PEMDAS to solve the equation. Let's begin. 6 times the quantity, 1 plus 6b, gives us 6 plus 36b, And we continue with the equation plus 5 equals 83. Combining like terms, we get 36b plus 11. Subtracting 11 from both sides, we now have 36b equals 72. And then we divide both sides by the coefficient of b to isolate the b variable, which gives us b equals 2. We have shown our work line by line, solving for the value of b. Let's continue. Number 2. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Negative 5 times 6n is negative 30n. We are going to add 20 to both sides. This gives us negative 30n equals negative 180. Dividing both sides by negative 30, we have our answer, n equals 6. For number 3, we have negative 110 equals negative 30r plus 6 plus r. Combining like terms, we have negative 110 equals negative 29r plus 6. Subtracting 6 from both sides and subsequently dividing both sides by negative 29, we have solved for the value of r. r equals 4. On number 4, we use the distributive property. We combine like terms, and this gives us 73 equals negative 2 minus 15x. Solving for x, we add 2 to both sides. We subsequently divide both sides by negative 15, and we have our answer, x equals 5. The last part of the flip notes is another read, write, and review. We are going to read a question, use what's in the question to then subsequently write our response. Let's begin. Question 2 reads, how do you solve an equation that requires use of the distributive property? In order to solve an equation using the distributive property, first, multiply the outside coefficient of any quantity with every term on the inside of the parentheses. Then, simplify the expressions on both sides of the equation. Second, solve the equation. This is to say we are going to isolate the desired unknown variable by using inverse operations to both sides of the equation in the reverse order of PEMDAS. Make sure you have copied all your notes. Make sure you have filled in all your blanks. We expect you to bring this in tomorrow, and we expect you to ask questions if you have any, and we will also be asking you questions in class. Thank you for taking your notes, and have a wonderful evening.